Tonight, we again present the famous Mr. Chameleon of Central Headquarters and his most famous cases of crime and murder. Brought to you by the makers of Bayer Aspirin. Now let me tell you just who Mr. Chameleon is. Born of a well-to-do family and a college man, he tried from childhood to live up to the name he bore, Chameleon, by taking on the color of whatever situation in which he found himself, finally entering the police force where he became known as Chameleon, the man of many faces, the underworld's most dreaded man. Throughout this series, the listener invariably knows who Mr. Chameleon is, no matter in which disguise he appears. But the criminal he's tracking sometimes does and sometimes doesn't. Tonight we give you Mr. Chameleon in Mr. Chameleon's Pet Murder Case. Our story opens in the criminal courts, during that solemn moment when sentence of death is about to be pronounced. The room is very still. All eyes are fastened on the thin, cruel face of Sorato, the gangster. For the notorious Sorato has at last met his Waterloo.
Will the prisoner now rise? Have you anything to say before this court pronounces sentence on you? Then I hereby sentence you to die in the electric chair during the week of...
No, you won't do it.
Silence!
You'll never burn me. I'll never see the death house. I'll break jail. And when I do, I'll get Chameleon for his lying evidence that sent me here. So help me, I'll kill Chameleon.
Silence! Silence!
You hear me, Chameleon? I see you back there. I'm gonna get out. And when I do, I'm gonna kill you.
Well, I'm a policewoman, Mr. Chameleon, but I never heard anything like the voice of that man Sorato in the courtroom. He means to kill you. You're in dreadful danger.
Oh, there are a lot of them in prison who've said they're going to kill me, Madeline. No, I feel very good. When you put an end to the career of a mad dog like Sorato, well, it makes you pretty proud to be a cop.
But suppose he did get out.
Maybe that's just a woman's way of looking at it. Let's go out to dinner tonight. And, incidentally, I've always wanted to ask why a beautiful girl like you ever got the idea of being a copper.
My father was on the police force. He was killed by a hoodlum just like Sorato.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that.
Very few people know. But I adored my father.
Madeline, look, about dinner.
Dinner?
Would it spoil your appetite to dine with me?
Oh, don't be silly, Mr. Chameleon. I'd love it.
Good. That's a date.
Are you going to come as Mr. Chameleon or in one of your impersonations? I just want to be sure I'd recognize you.
Just Chameleon. I'll go home and dress and pick you up at 7:30. You and I are going to celebrate Sorato's conviction. Hello?
Chameleon?
Oh, yes, Commissioner.
Chameleon, the impossible has happened. Sorato has escaped.
What?
Yes, someone smuggled a knife to him, and he stabbed the guard and made a break for it. He managed to get away.
No.
You stay at your apartment. I'm sending over a police guard. Don't set foot out of the door.
No, listen, Commissioner.
You know where that puts you, don't you? Right behind the 8-ball. He and his whole gang are out to get you. I'm sending over 2 men.
I don't need them, Commissioner. I'll take care of myself.
Are you crazy? You heard Sorato in court this afternoon. He threatened to kill you on sight.
I heard him, but I'm coming right down to headquarters and no guard. This one is between Sorato and me, and I think I'm quicker than he is. See you later, Commissioner. This should be interesting. Sorato is hunting me, and I'm hunting him. Makes us even. Well, I'd better change. Better call Madeline, too. What the devil? Hello?
Is this Mr. Chameleon?
Yes?
Is this Mr. Chameleon the detective who goes around making like he's somebody else?
What do you want? Who is this?
Never mind who this is. I just thought you'd like to know we've got Madeline Evans. You don't need to look for her. You can't find her. Maybe nobody will ever find her. Unless you're willing to play ball.
What do you want me to do?
Take back the evidence you gave at Sorato's trial. Say that you lied, that the whole thing was a frame-up.
Give me 24 hours to think it over, Marty.
Marty?
You think I didn't know that voice? Marty the moron, as Sorato calls you.
He never called me that.
Tell him for me to take it easy with Madeline and give me a little time. I'll think it over. And tell Sorato if he doesn't take it easy with Madeline that... Ask him how he'd like to digest a slug in the stomach.
Chameleon, I'm telling you, your life isn't worth a nickel. Madeline Evans is in terrible danger. Not only is Sorato himself after you, but you know as well as I do his gang is organized.
We're organized, Commissioner.
Yes, but he has the advantage. You're out in the open. You can't see him, but he can see you. Now, if they could kidnap Madeline when she was on her way home...
They won't try that with me. Not yet, Commissioner. Not as long as Sorato thinks he can make a deal with me. Who is it?
Tom Smith.
Come in, Tom. Commissioner, you know Tom Smith, the Daily Chronicle.
Oh, yes.
I told him to come over here. I have a favor to ask of him.
Anything you say, Mr. Chameleon. Is there a story in it?
Yes. Big one, eventually. Right now, Tom, I wish you'd do me a favor.
Yeah?
Write a story saying that there are rumors that new evidence has been unearthed in the Sorato case.
Say, is this on the level?
You just write the story, Tom. You can quote me. I'm not sure that the evidence which convicted Sorato was correct. I am working on new evidence, unquote.
Hallelujah, this really will hit the headlines. What with Sorato on the loose?
Also, Commissioner, I'd like to have the boys bring in Jake Mallory for questioning.
Mallory?
You mean Sorato's right-hand man?
That's right. Commissioner?
Okay, Chameleon. Tell the boys to pick up Mallory.
That's another story for you, Tom. I have reason to believe that Jake Mallory is the man who really committed the murder for which Sorato was convicted.
Read all about it. New turn in Sorato case. Rumors, a new trial. Read all about... Paper, mister?
No, thank you. I'll borrow my friend's.
All about the Sorato case. Read all about
Well, how about it, Detective Sergeant Arnold? Can I look at the headlines?
Mr. Chameleon, what is this? You don't think Jake Mallory committed that murder, do you?
That, my dear Dave, is a leading question. I refuse to answer.
But we had to let Jake go this afternoon. We couldn't hold him.
I expected you to let him go. Dave, you know Lily McCarty when you see her, don't you? Sorato's girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, sure. She lives right in this block. But listen, Mr. Chameleon...
I think I'll go and pay a call on her.
And I'll go with you.
No. No, Dave. Now, don't worry about me. Until Madeline is safe, I have to move in a certain way. I know exactly what I'm doing.
You know, Mr. Chameleon, there's something about you that always gets me.
What do you mean, Dave?
The way you change. Ordinarily, you're an easygoing guy with a fancy education who's just as much at home on Park Avenue as at Central Headquarters. And then, like that, you're as hard and ruthless as Sorato.
These gangsters are completely without mercy, Dave. They are enemies of society. They respect nothing and they trust no one. They trust no one. That is the thing that you must always remember.
Hey, Mr. Chameleon, there she goes.
Mm-hmm.
Lily, Sorato's girl. You gonna question her?
No. No, Dave, believe it or not, I'm going to invite the young lady to dinner.
What do you mean you and me should have dinner tonight? You think I'd be seen having dinner with a copper?
Why, Lily, I thought you might enjoy having an evening out.
No, not with you I wouldn't, Chameleon. I wouldn't go with you if you'd take me to the St. Regis.
Funny you should happen to mention the St. Regis. That's what I was going with Madeline Evans. Where is she, Lily?
I don't know where she is. I don't know where Sorato is either, so help me.
I'll meet you at the Montmartre restaurant at 8.
I won't be there.
Oh, yes, you will. I have enough on you to send you up for life. I know perfectly well that you were mixed up in the Rockman killing and the Millerstown holdup. I have got plenty of leads if I want to follow them up.
Then why don't you, Chameleon?
You meet me at dinner tonight, or something very strange may happen to you.
I got no business to be seen in a place like this with you, Chameleon. They'll think I'm leading you to Sorato. I don't even know where he is.
You know where Madeline Evans is? That sort of kidnapping is right up your alley, Lily. You've managed them before.
I never even seen her.
Well, in that case, we'll go for a little drive tomorrow. The country is so beautiful this time of year.
No, I can't meet you again. I wouldn't dare.
Do you mean that your pals don't trust you, Sorato and Jake Mallory?
Jake Mallory? Say, listen, he's fit to be tied. He thinks you and Sorato have made a deal between you to railroad him to the chair in Sorato's place.
Dear me, what suspicious minds.
Oh, why don't you lay off me, Mr. Chameleon? Leave me alone.
Oh, I'm not hurting you. I'm simply giving you the pleasure of my company.
Yeah, that's enough to make him kill me.
You know, I might be more touched if I didn't know you for a thoroughly brutal murderess. The complete sadist.
What's that? Something Sorato called me? Marty Lewis went in one of his rages the other night because he says that Sorato called him a moron. He says that's an insult, is it?
A sadist is much worse. Come on, Lily, where's Madeline Evans? Or must you and I have another date tomorrow? I'm beginning to believe that the boys will get you if we do.
Mr. Chameleon, there's a car behind us. I'm sure it's following us.
Relax, Lily, and enjoy the countryside.
Oh, I shouldn't have come with you today. Now they'll be sure I'm talking.
Tell me where they've taken Madeline Evans, and I'll turn the car around and take you right back to the city. Otherwise, you won't be able to get rid of me, Lily.
Okay. They got her in a little house over in Long Island City. I'll give you the address. And then let me go and don't come near me again, you dirty cop.
This is the place, Dave. You all set?
Yeah, Mr. Chameleon. We've got men posted at either end of the street. These crooks won't get away.
If they're still here. Open up in there, open up. We have to break it down, Dave.
Okay, here goes. Madeline? Madeline!
Here she is, in here, Dave, bound and gagged. Get this gag out of her mouth. There, you all right, Madeline?
Yes, I'm all right, but thank heaven you got here.
Where are they?
They've gone less than an hour ago. Oh, am I glad to see you.
They didn't hurt you?
Not much, Dave.
Who were the men? Anyone you recognized?
No, just a couple of strong-arm boys.
That's what I thought. The big boys kept clear. They were at Sorato, wherever he is.
Mr. Chameleon, before they left, a car drove up and some men carried something into the other room and left it there.
What? Was it?
Yes, it sounded almost like something heavy.
Dave.
Yes?
Come here.
What is it?
That's Lily. They killed her and dumped her body here.
Mr. Chameleon?
No, don't feel sorry for her, Madeline. She'd have done the same to you and enjoyed it. Well, that's one of them gone. Now, with you safe, Madeline, I don't have to consider anyone.
What are you going to do, Mr. Chameleon?
Sorato and I can really have it out. Just the two of us.
But it isn't just the two of you. He still has his gang.
-1.
Mr. Chameleon, what are you going to do now?
Oh, the usual. I have a pretty strong hunch that Sorato is hiding out down near Chatham Square. Think I'll hang out there for a couple of days.
But not out in the open. You mean you'll put on a disguise?
Oh, yes.
That better be a good one.
No, on the contrary, Dave. This time my disguise is going to be so transparent that anyone, even Sorato, will recognize me instantly.
Mr. Chameleon will return in Mr. Chameleon's Pet Murder Case in just a moment. If you've never tried real Bayer aspirin, join the millions who use it for fast, reliable relief from ordinary headache, neuritic, or neuralgic pain. Once you've experienced its amazingly fast yet gentle relief, you'll likely never again use anything except Bayer aspirin. You can actually see why Bayer aspirin gives such fast relief by doing this. Drop a Bayer aspirin tablet in a glass of water and watch what happens. You'll see it start to disintegrate within 2 seconds. What it does in that glass, it does in your stomach. And because of this amazing 2-second disintegrating action, Bayer aspirin relieves pain with astonishing speed. So next time you have a headache, neuritic, or neuralgic pain and want relief, really fast relief, remember that Bayer aspirin is ready to go to work almost instantly you take it. And also remember that Bayer aspirin has been used for years without ill effect by millions of normal people. When you buy, ask for it by its full name, Bayer aspirin, never by the name aspirin alone. Get the 100-tablet bottle and you get Bayer aspirin tablets for less than a penny apiece. And now we return to Mr. Chameleon and his pet murder case. It is the following morning, and in the office of the police commissioner, we find Mr. Chameleon dressed in the shabby clothes of a man from the tenement district.
I thought I'd patrol that neighborhood. You know those tenements, Commissioner, they're like rabbit warrens. The only thing to do is to smoke Sorato out.
Chameleon, I still say you're out of your mind. Sorato's gunning for you, and if you show up down there, I'm... Come in.
Commissioner, have you seen Mr. Chameleon? Oh, there you are.
You mean you recognized him that quickly?
Well, of course I did. He needs a shave, and his clothes are strictly Bowery, but he hasn't really changed.
You hear that, Chameleon?
Yes, I hear it, Commissioner, and it's just exactly what I want to hear.
Give me a dime for a cup of coffee, mister.
No.
Oh, please, mister. I'm kind of down on my luck.
Beat it. Did you hear me? Beat it. Hey, who are you?
Oh, me?
I know you. You're Chameleon. What are you doing down here dressed like a bum? You can't fool me. I know you're Chameleon.
Well, good for you, Marty. So you're not a moron after all.
Well, don't call me that. I'm as smart as anybody. Too smart to let anybody see me talking to you.
What's the matter, Marty? Sorato watching you from the window? Which one's he watching from?
Get away from me. There's been too much talk that Sorato's crowd is running out on him. If they see me with you, Chameleon, they'll...
Marty, don't you try anything. If I'm found dead, the police have orders to bring you in.
Me? Why me?
We've got plenty on you, Marty, so it's healthier for you if I stay alive.
Okay. But keep away from me.
Well, all I want to do is walk along a ways with you. I always enjoy talking to you.
Mister, can you give me a dime for a cup of coffee?
What?
Do you mind if I sit down at this table and join you?
Chameleon, I told you to keep away. Everywhere I go, you turn up.
Where's Sorato?
Hey, listen. Sorato don't want nothing in this world except to kill you. You're nuts to go chasing after him.
Marty, I have found that when anyone wants to kill you, it's better to show them your face than your back.
Well, leave me out of it. And get out of here, will you, Chameleon?
Not until I have had my coffee, Marty.
Give me a dime for a cup of coffee, mister.
Huh? Oh, no, not you again, Chameleon. Yes, you leave me alone.
Why, Marty, have you been drinking? You know Sorato doesn't like that.
They've been tailing me. They think I'm singing to you.
Save your tears, Marty. When Rockman was murdered, he cried and pleaded too, and you just sat there and laughed. Where's Sorato?
I won't tell you, Chameleon. Everybody's run out on him except me and Jake Mallory. But I ain't going to squeal. Not even if Sorato is a dirty so-and-so. I told him that to his face.
My, you're getting reckless, Marty. Well, good night. Pleasant dreams.
Come in.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Oh, well, there's one thing I'll say, Chameleon. That disguise of yours gets better, or worse. You're beginning to look like a real Bowery bum.
I'm beginning to feel like one, too, Commissioner. If this keeps on much longer, You know, I often think that the first requisite for a detective is patience, not courage.
You'll need plenty of courage today.
What do you mean?
They got Marty last night.
What?
Yeah, his body was found on the waterfront riddled with bullets. You did your work well, Chameleon.
Good. I've no pity for the martyrs of this world. They live by the gun and they die by the gun. Well, that leaves Sorato.
And Jake Mallory. That's two of them. 2 against 1 is still an uneven match, Chameleon. Let me send Dave Arnold with you today.
Nope.
Sorato must be frothing at the mouth by now.
Yes, I'm counting on that. No, Commissioner, I've got to go after Sorato alone, and I'm going to patrol that neighborhood until he can't stand it. until he has to come out and get me.
Look at him, Jake. The nerve of the guy. Who's he think he's fooling with that phony disguise?
Nobody, Sorato.
Nobody? He thinks he's fooling me.
No.
Are you screwy? Of course he thinks he's fooling me.
No.
Just stop saying no.
Your yes men are gone, Sorato. I took care of the last one last night. Remember?
Are you trying to tell me that Marty didn't have to go, the rotten little squealer?
Well, anyway, he's gone, along with Lily. Now I'm going to speak my little piece, Sorato.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. I don't like what's going on. I don't like you blowing your top over Chameleon. If you got any sense, you let him walk up and down out there till he drops.
I'm going to kill that guy. I said I was going to kill him, and I never go back on what I say.
Okay, but later, Sorato.
Hey, what's the matter with you, Jake? You giving him protection? Maybe you're making a deal with him, too.
Well, that's a hot one coming from you, Sorato. Remember, they were after me. I was suspected of the murder that you were convicted for.
I told you, Jake, I had nothing to do with it.
But I ain't so sure. Maybe it was you who made a deal with Chameleon, and you're anxious to go out there because you know that he won't touch you.
That's a lie.
Oh, is it? So what are you going to do, Sorato? Shoot him down while he's walking up and down the street? Why, the cops would be on our necks in a minute. We'd never get out of here.
So you're the one that's yellow. I thought that was it. You know something else, Jake? I think you told him I was holed up here. Hey, where do you think you're going?
I'm getting out of here. I had enough.
Oh, no, you're not. You're not going no place.
Try and stop me.
You think I won't? I don't take the double cross from anyone, Jake. Not from Marty or Lily or you. Jake, you blasted fool. I didn't want to do that. Not to you. Now there's nobody except Chameleon out there. Except Chameleon. And I'm going down and get him right now. There he is, Chameleon. Thinks he's fooling everybody. Thinks he's fooling me. If I can only get him to come into this hallway, and he'll do it, because he thinks I don't know him on account of his disguise. And once I get him in here where it's dark and quiet, I'll... Hey, you! You there.
Did somebody call me?
Yeah. Come in here a minute, will you?
What for, mister?
You want to make a buck?
Do I? Just ask me.
I have asked you.
Sure I want to earn a buck. What do you want me to do? I wouldn't kill nobody. Not for a buck.
Quite a comic, ain't you? I want you to run an errand. Take a message someplace. Is that worth a buck to you?
Yeah, it sure is.
Then, come on in here. Well, come on, why don't you?
I don't know, mister. Couldn't you give it to me out here?
No, I couldn't. I gotta write the note out first.
Oh, then go ahead and do it. I'll wait.
Don't you want your buck?
Yeah, sure I do. I ain't eating 24 hours.
Okay, come and get it. You can go and eat while I'm writing the note.
You mean you trust me to come back?
Sure. I trust you, and you'll trust me.
I wish everybody was like that. You know, I can't see you in there. It's so dark. Where are you?
Right here.
Oh. Yeah, now I see you.
Well, take a good look. It's the last thing you'll ever see, Chameleon, you dumb copper. Do you think you fooled me with that phony disguise?
No, I didn't think I'd fooled you, Sorato. You should have known that you couldn't play cat and mouse with me, that once I got a line on you, I'd shoot first.
I'm dying. You shot me like a dog.
Yes, you're dying, Sorato, but before you do, I have a little message for you to take along with you. Your girlfriend, Lily, did not squeal on you. I forced her to talk to me in the same way with Marty. He was loyal to you, too.
No.
And
no.
Jake. Where's Jake Mallory?
I killed him.
I thought that would happen, because that bird brain of yours, Sorato, couldn't conceive of anyone being loyal. Not even your pals.
You're a murderer, Chameleon.
Well, you can argue that out with St. Peter when he turns you away from the gates. I simply went on the principle, if I can't get all the crooks myself, I let them kill each other off.
Are you busy, Mr. Chameleon?
Oh, hello, Madeline. No, I was just looking over the records of these criminals that I murdered, according to Sorato. Lily, petty larceny, grand larceny, murder. Marty Lewis, assault and battery, arson, murder. Jake Mallory, he really had brains, which made him the most corrupt of the lot. And as for the late Sorato, well...
Mr. Chameleon, you put yourself in such terrible danger. What sort of man are you to go into that alone?
I didn't do it alone. They helped, every one of them. You know something, Madeline? I thought of your father. That helped, too.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Now, how about that dinner that was so rudely interrupted? 8 o'clock tonight at... Oh, wait a second. I want to call the commissioner.
Hello?
Commissioner Chameleon.
Yes?
What is the fee the public executioner gets up at Ossining?
I don't know. $100 maybe. Why do you ask?
I want to send him my check. You see, I'm afraid that I did him out of his money. 8 o'clock, Madeline. 8 o'clock at the St. Regis for dinner.
And with these words, Mr. Chameleon concludes tonight's murder case. The next time an ordinary headache threatens to spoil your day, get fast relief by taking genuine Bayer aspirin. You'll be amazed at how quickly Bayer aspirin works, and the reason is that it starts to disintegrate within 2 seconds after you take it. To see for yourself that this is true, just drop a Bayer aspirin tablet in a glass of water and watch what happens. Before it reaches the bottom of the glass, the tablet will begin to disintegrate. It does the same in your stomach, hence brings relief with astonishing speed. So the very next headache, neuritic, or neuralgic pain you have, use Bayer aspirin for really quick relief. And when you buy, ask for it by its full name, Bayer aspirin, not by the name aspirin alone. Get the 100-tablet bottle, and you get Bayer aspirin tablets for less than a penny apiece. Listen next Wednesday night at this same time for Mr. Chameleon, the man of many faces, in The Case of Murder and the Man Who Saw Too Much. The part of Mr. Chameleon is played by Karl Swenson, with dialogue by Marie Baumer from the original story by Frank and Anne Hummert. Music directed by Victor Arden. Your announcer is Howard Claney.
After years of work, a revolutionary new toothpaste has been developed called Lion's Toothpaste. By actual laboratory tests on scores of individual teeth, it gives teeth 2.5 to 5.5 times brighter than any of the 5 leading brands, brighter by far than any other toothpaste. New Lion's Toothpaste does this because it's a new kind of toothpaste with a formula that's completely new and radically different. A remarkable toothpaste that cleans without soap and polishes without chalk. Try it. Ask for Lion's Toothpaste.
Mr. Chameleon, the new mystery drama, will be heard in another performance next Wednesday night at this time. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.